there's a huge impact on the health of workers and communities outside of the hospital, and that's definitely a social component of the sustainability question. Why focus on end-of-life medicine? All right, this is a really strange area for people to be interested in. If you think about it, you're really looking at people who are dying, what's going into dying care. So the way that somebody gets into a strange question like this is to go through a personal experience. My dad died 12 years ago of cancer. He was an organic dairy farmer. I was an environmental studies major at the time. We had a lot of conversations. What's going on here? Lots of chemo going on. Transitioned through to hospice care eventually. We didn't have a very good experience through this whole process, and we really were starting to question what is going on here, and that question stuck with me for, gosh, how many years? It was 8 years later when I finally went for the PhD and asked this question, and I brought it up to my advisor. I was actually planning on studying food systems, and I told this idea to my advisor, and he said, that sounds really interesting. Let's take a look at this. Write up 2 pages of a little report and see if there's anything here. Put it together and said, wow, there's actually a lot here that could be really interesting. So that's how, personally, I got involved in this question. But when I wrote up that little piece of paper for him, these are some of the things that we started to find. So end-of-life medicine, it's really expensive. You think of healthcare as being expensive. Dying is the most expensive part of healthcare. 30% of Medicare expenditure is going to only 5% of patients. Your end-of-life care, which is typically about 2 years worth of costs, count for 18% of your total lifetime cost. And the closer you get to death, the higher the costs escalate. And it goes up month by month by month. That final year, the final month, the final day, you're skyrocketing.